seen it was a tight one. Just disconnect it and work on it out here. Makes life a lot easier. Work smarter, not harder. Less stress. Gotta keep the stress level down. Very important. Don't want to get stressed out. I know that circulator wasn't running because I put my ear to it. You could hear it. You should be able to hear it running. Nothing. So, that's the old one. New ones get Allen screws. The electrical first. I got my truck running out there for the dog. It's cold out today. Probably only like 32 degrees out. Yellow goes to black. White to white. Make sure none of the wires get pinched. Make sure the cover goes on there properly. Once it's in place, it's going to be hard to access. Okay. And that's just four Allen screws that come out. I could use the Allen screws or I could use the hex screws. Either one don't matter. Just gotta make sure you put that O-ring in properly. That's important. I've had some of these that they won't go in the old housings, but for the most part they line up pretty good. See the O-ring in there. I'm gonna put that O-ring in the housing. It's important to get that O-ring in there properly. Yeah, it fits in there nice. but it will pop out, so you have to be careful. Okay. Usually like to get the two top ones in, so you know the weight will hold that gasket in. Don't want to tighten them up until you get all four in. I kind of like these because it fits in there nice. Well, this motor can go either way, it doesn't matter. So, don't matter. Some guys had said in some of my videos, oh, why don't you just buy a replacement cartridge? Well, I can buy the whole unit for the same price as just the cartridge, so why would I do that? That comes from somebody that doesn't have a flipping clue, not in the trade. Clueless. Alright, it's ready to go now. I'll be able to purge the air out of it now. All these three zones are going to have to be purged, and we'll be ready to go. Time to purge all the air out. So what we got to do is we've got three purge stations here. These are gate valves, which I'm not a big fan of gate valves, but we got to shut these off. There's sometimes a stem strip. You'll be in trouble if that happens. Let's hope that does not happen. We shut these three off. The gauge seems to be working, so that's good. Shut these three off. On the return, you can tell it's a gate valve by the side. There's a gate that slides in there. These might be okay, seeing they're on a vertical. If they're on a horizontal, they get full of muck. Alright. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the feeder. We're going to put water into the supply. It'll go through the zones. It can't go back because it'll be off, and it's going to go out the hose. We're going to purge each zone until there's no air in it. That's how you do it. Open that up. I do have that drain open. Alright, so this is open. This will be purging outside, as long as this is open. It's filling right now, but once it's full, we can open this bypass and give it a little bit more. Sometimes you have to take that nut off of there. Tanks were junk. Didn't need two tanks. Sometimes I'll take this nut off. This thing don't seem to be giving any more flow. Little tip. There's a rocket nut on here. The problem is they got a well here. I don't think they got a lot of pressure. locking that off. Take that locking it off. You can hear all the air in the system. I can get all the air out. This will allow this to go down more. I have to do this quite a bit. And then, we'll push that pin down more. Hear it? It's giving it more. Oh, we got a leak coming out of the fucking high vent there. By taking that nut off, you allow it to go down, give it more gundy. So we'll try to tighten up the high vent, I believe. The well here, shitty crusher. Shit crusher. You can hear all the air in this sucker. We'll let it run for a while, and then we're gonna do all three of these. I always had a problem with the air in this system. Purge the FM zone. That was back in 8 months ago. Place high vent, purge the FM zones, move circulator, high vent, hose caps, purge the FM system. See, so every couple of years I'm here purging the air from it. The other circulator I changed was this one. That was the last one I changed. So she's still got an old one here. Flipping high vent's leaking. I gotta drain it down and change that. I gotta put a new high vent in there. I got them in the truck. It'll take me 2 minutes to do that. Can't leave it leaking like that. I tried tightening up the cap, but it's still leaking. So we'll put a new one in there. No big deal. Alright guys, I replaced the high vent. Basically it's like a carburetor on a lawnmower or something. It's a little float in there. And just shut off a little reefer valve that, you know, will shut off when the air goes in there. But if it gets dirt in there, they leak sometimes. I tried tightening up the cap, but it still leaked, so I just changed it. Put a new one in. Right now, I got the water back on and I'm purging the zone. I can hear the pump running. I don't hear any more air. I gotta do all three. And once I get, you know, purge all three, and there's no more air in the system, then I can run it. So before I shut it off and switch it, I gotta release this. That puts the regular, you know, reduced pressure back to it. And then we'll move the hose over to here and do this one. Alright, so I got it moved over to the second zone. We'll open this. You can hear it when you lift it up. Basically, it bypasses the reducer valve, if you got the hose open to get more flow through the system. And you could hear it. You can hear the air coming out. You can basically hear it when it's good. I could just stand here and tell when it's done by the noise. Put your hand on it. A lot of times you can feel it if there's air in there. You gotta let it run for a while. The system's been a problem with air because of that feeder. If the relief valve starts blowing, then you usually have a problem with air also. Because what happens is you dump more water out than the feeder can feed in, and it usually gets an airbound situation. Always check the tank. This zone here seems to be fine. We'll let it run for a while, and then we'll go to this one. Unless this is the basement. And that's the bedroom. This one's the basement. Living, dining, I gotta write that on a new one. It's always good to write on the circulars if you know where they go. Alright, so this one's fine. Release that and make sure that this isn't not overfeeding because it's in too much. Move it over to the next one. I'll do all three. Called purging the air. And this is what you call purge stations. Usually on a return. The basement. You can hear the feeder feeding here. And watch when I pick it up. You got a well here, got shitty pressure. Shitty pressure. Can hear air in that one. Hear the air? I'll just hopefully when I open up those gate valves that they'll open. They should be, because if they're on a vertical, usually it gets no muck in there. If they're on a, if they're on a horizontal, they get full of muck. You can tell it's a gate valve by the body design. There's a gate in that goes in here, and what happens is the stem will strip on a gate valve. Look at this piece of shit's dripping. Might be a packing nut in there, I'm not sure. Alright, there's no air in the basement zone. It seems to be fine, so. We'll see if that thing stops dripping when it's off. If not, I'll have to do something about it, but I'd be okay. See if there's a packing nut in there, an O-ring. There's a packing nut, I can tighten it. See the packing nut? I can just tighten that up. I'll stop that leak. Alright, that should stop it. Alright, now I'll open these back up. On these valves, I'll open them up and then I'll turn them in just a little bit so you know that they're open, see? Just in a little. I've had good luck with I've never had a problem with these particular gate valves, but I have had problems with them in hospitals and stuff where they would, okay, just back a little bit, so if you go to turn it, you know it's open. Alright, so we should be able to turn this system on and run it. Lady asked me how long is this thing gonna last for. I said, yeah, it's at its limit now, who knows. It's working today. For how long, who knows. When it starts leaking, we fix it. We'll change it, one or two. Alright, she's right around 12, 15 pounds, that's what we want. Turn it on, we'll run it. Oh, Utica gas boiler. I go. No cold start control. I'm gonna have her turn up all thermostats, make sure all 3 zones come back hot before I leave. I just want to make sure the combustion's okay before I walk away from it. Yeah, that zone's coming back hot. I had to turn all the thermostats up. All 3 are coming back nice and toasty. running okay. Safe to run. Oxygen looks a little high. She's an old unit, man. I'm gonna play with it. Leave it alone as long as it's safe. We'll leave it. I guess the battery, changing the batteries on the printer helped it. It's printing a lot better now. It's okay. Alright, so I did the combustion test and she's okay. Replace water feeder, relief valve, expansion tank, circulator, high vent, purge the air from zones. Oh, it was a little bit of work, but I had all the stuff in the truck, so that's why I got a big truck. Nick label, mama, Nick label. Stevie Lav is a real working man, y'all. Hello! Oh, that's my friend. She's my friend. It's the baby dog, man. The baby dog is working again, y'all. Oh, yeah. Hey, lady had some pumpkins. They're squash pumpkins, she says. They're white. So I'm gonna cook them up for the chickens. They're hard. I'm gonna bake them up for the chickens and put them in their mash. Nick level, mama. Push over. I'm gonna go to the next job. Some of us guys are working, man, you know. Oh, man. Nick level. She's a licking machine, y'all. She's a licking machine.